Hi guys, so you're back with Athene for another car tour, and today I've got the Aston Martin V12 Sport Edition, so it's a very sophisticated car tour today. As you can see, it's in a very beautiful classic gunmetal grey, and we've got carbon fibres along the vents and the splitter at the bottom. Now if I just take you around the side, I'll show you where there is a little bit more carbon fibre. So we've got it along here and on the wing mirrors. The carbon fibre is basically just designed to reduce the weight of the car so you can run down that motorway with so much style and so much class. And then I'm going to take you to the wheels. So they have ceramic brakes and diamond cut alloys. I think the most important feature of the Aston Martin would be the fact that they all are handmade. So if you run your finger down the lines in each part of the car, you'll realise that they all are different because, like I said, it's handcrafted, man-made, man's work of art. And then if I take you around the back, again, another important feature would be the badge with the S sign showing that it is a sport edition, which I guess is unique to the V12 because the V11 wasn't a sport edition. You've got carbon fibre at the bottom, again, to reduce the weight, and you've got two exhausts. And then this kind of threw me off a little bit. Come closer. So to open the boot, there is a tiny little silver button. You have got to like put your back into it a little bit. And surprisingly quite a big boot. Considering the fact that there's no seats in the back, you could definitely get a suitcase in there to go to the airport or your shopping. And then you've got a little handle here. I was scared to break it, but I'm going to do it anyway. You just slam it down and you're good to go. Okay, so obviously I can't show you an Aston Martin without showing you the engine. So if you come, I'll show you. Voila. So the Aston Martin has a 6-litre V12 engine. It has an aspirated engine and it doesn't have a turbo. It does do 0 to 60 in 3.7 seconds, which is significantly faster than my 1.2 litre A1. I'm thinking of upgrading at some point. It also has 565 brake horsepower, which goes to the rear wheels because it is a rear wheel drive. If you come a bit closer, another significant feature is that every single Aston Martin will have a little badge about kind of the quality control. So as you can see that it was hand built in England and its final inspection was by Mark Cassidy. Okay, so another feature of the Aston Martin is the handles and the doors. So if you come a bit closer, you can see that the Aston Martin doesn't actually have a handle. It's far too sophisticated for that. So if you press in here, the handle comes out and you can open the door just like that. Again, like another element of the classy look of this Aston Martin is the fact that the door does have a slant. It'd be far too easy for it to be a horizontal door. And then if you come round, you can see, again, I've never seen a car with the handbrake on the right-hand side, but it works, and hand-stitched again, handmade. And the badge that I showed you at the back showing that it was a sport edition is also on the bottom there. So that's it for the outside of the car. I'm going to take you in and show you the inside. Okay, so the interior, as you can see, the hand stitching along the door, and again, yeah, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. And then again down the middle here. Another example of the carbon fibre is along here, and also the leather inside of the car. Aston Martin actually have their own cows to produce their own leather for the interior of the cars. So they're free range, they run around to make sure that if they run into any barbed wire, like the leather can't get damaged, like it is perfect leather in this car. And also, like another really interesting fact is the fact that they can give you any colour leather that you want. Pink, orange, white, like they will give it you. They like just completely handmade all of their vehicles. Another really elegant part of the Aston Martin is the dials. So all of these dials are actually crystal. And you do also have a crystal key to go in here, which is where you start the car. It's kind of, you know, your standard setup. You have your Bluetooth, you can call through here, you have your sat nav, and again, another beautiful feature of Aston Martin is the clock here, which I think is really nice actually, rather than, you know, your standard digital clock, which kind of takes away a little bit of elegance, I personally feel. And then one of my favourite parts was Look, it's so elegant, like it does just scream class. That's your little mirror, as opposed to your normal bulky leather, now kind of looking tacky ones in comparison to this. If I bring you over to the steering wheel, you do feel very glamorous sat in this car, I can't lie. You've got your paddles over here, which is then linked to these dials, so you can either do your standard drive, which is, you know, if you're driving around town or whatnot, and then you can change to your sport, which is where these paddles come in handy. So the front, they have dual dials at the front, and a slightly different feature is that these two needles actually go the opposite way around, which is completely different to your standard car. So seats, I think you can see it on this side here. This is how you change the positioning of your seats. And then also this is connected by a little magnet. So you just lift that up, and in here you have all the wires that you might need, so your aux lead or even to charge your phone. It's also actually quite nice for a bit of storage. And again, every single car will have a cup holder, because who doesn't need to put your drink in there in the morning? But to be honest with you, overall it's probably one of the most beautiful cars that I've seen. It's really elegant, really classy, and I'd really highly recommend to anyone that would want one. Okay, so just before we go, of course I have to show you how we start the car. This is the key, which is normally in crystal, but I think the previous one was a little bit damaged, so we're with this one today. And all you do is you pop the key in here, you pop your foot down on the brake. It's kind of amazing, guys, isn't it? Like, did you hear that? But that's it today with the Aston Martin, and I will see you next week with another video.